NBC's Kristen Welker, she says, listen, top Democrats would be relieved if Joe Biden dropped out of the race at this point, which is true, of course.
I have spoken to some top Democrats who say that there would actually be relief if he were to step down. And one person said to me, look, everyone's counting out Kamala Harris because right now her poll numbers are below President Biden's. But if she were to be the one to carry this torch into November, there could be a method of reintroducing her to the country that could be effective with independents, with moderates, with those critical suburban women that are necessary for winning the White House. We'll have to see how it plays out, though, because publicly speaking, the president, his family, his top aides defiant that he's not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, there is one problem with that particular theory, which is that we all know Kamala Harris. She's been in the public eye for years, and she's awful at her job. For example, Kamala Harris appeared at the BET Awards. It used to be Black Entertainment Television. I don't know if they still call themselves that. So here she was at the BET Awards being her absolutely insincere, unpalatable self. She is the Michael Scott of politics. I mean, it's just that, like, whenever she tries to be authentic, it is the most fake thing I have ever seen in my life. Here was Kamala Harris doing a little skit with Taraji Henson. It was not good.
Madam VP Harris, I'm worried about the election. Women's reproductive rights are on the line. Our Supreme Court is on the line. Our basic freedoms are being tested, Madam VP. I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets. And let me tell you, you're right, Taraji. There is so much at stake in this moment. The majority of us believe in freedom and equality. But these extremists, as they say, they not like us.
They not.
There's a full-on attack on our fundamental freedoms.
I'm out here in these streets. They not like us. My God, the pandering, the pathetic, like, she's so insincere. Honest to God, they not like us. They not like us. I'm out here in these streets. Who believes that Kamala Harris is out there in these streets? And then Taraji Henson goes on the awards. It doesn't go amazing.
Time for us to play chess, not checkers. It's about making decisions that will affect us as human beings, our careers, our next generations to come. Did you know that it is now a crime to be homeless? Pay attention. It's not a secret. Look it up. They are attacking our most vulnerable citizens.
Look at the crowd. The crowd is like, they're laughing in the background. They're like, I can't believe I have to listen to this crazy lady. And good luck with pitching the old man and his absolutely incompetent VP. Listen, the amount of uncertainty in the world right now is insane. Saudi Arabia, for example, recently ended its 50-year petrodollar deal with the United States that has the potential to weaken the U.S. dollar. I mean, so does our gigantic national debt. Well, if there's less demand for the U.S. dollar, what exactly happens to its value? It's reasons like this I feel it's important to diversify some of your savings into gold. You can do that with the help of my friends over at Birch Gold. Right now, qualifying purchases by July 31st are eligible to get a one-of-a-kind limited edition Golden Truth Bomb. It's pretty cool. The only way to claim it, your eligibility, is by texting BEN to 989898. Protect your savings by diversifying away from the U.S. dollar with gold. Text BEN to 989898. Birch Gold will help you convert an old IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold for no money out of pocket. Right now, qualifying purchases will get a limited edition Golden Truth Bomb. Text BEN to 989898. Again, text BEN to 989898 today to get started. They're the people I trust for my gold investment. Ask them all your questions and then get started by texting BEN to 989898 today to hook up with my friends over at Birch Gold. Team Biden, nonetheless, is trying to prop up the old man because, again, that I'm out here in these streets lady is his backup. And that was the best decision that Biden ever made if he wanted to ensure his own presidency. I mean, that is assassination protection right there, because everyone is like, oh, God, not her. I legitimately would rather have a dead body than Kamala Harris as president of the United States. So top Biden officials have decided that their best move is to sneer at their own donors. And this is like genius level stuff here. This is a headline from the New York Times today. Top Biden officials seek to calm donors. Quote, breathe through the nose. Because I know that when I'm fundraising for a thing, the first thing I do is I say, guys, you need to calm down. Just calm down and give me money. That's going to work out amazing. Everyone just needs to breathe through the nose for a minute, said Chris Corge, finance chair for the DNC. The senior Biden officials downplayed the political fallout of the debate, but provided precious little new information to the members of the National Finance Committee. Those financiers have been locked in a ceaseless, rolling conversation with their own networks on conference calls and signal threads since Thursday night about whether their investment in the Biden campaign has been the right decision. The remarks Monday did little to stem the anxiety of the campaign's well-heeled patrons, according to people on the call, who described it while it was still ongoing. So they were texting the New York Times being like, my God, this is a bleep show. The Biden campaign took no live questions from donors. Shocker. Some of those in attendance described it as almost facile and rudimentary. One donor asked the campaign how it would respond to a significant erosion of polling. The campaign largely dismissed the concern. Mr. Folks, deputy campaign manager, said, quote, I want to reiterate without sounding Pollyannish or sounding defensive, at the end of the day, the one thing we are not going to do is win this race by continuing to talk about Joe Biden's age. We are here talking to you all because we know we have to address it. Ms. O'Malley Dillon, the campaign chair, conceded the debate did not go exactly as we had hoped and exactly as the president had hoped. Yeah, good luck to y'all on this. Jen O'Malley Dillon, who's one of the campaign managers, held that virtual meeting with about 500 donors, in which she tried to say this. You ready? This is a direct quote from the campaign chair for Joe Biden. Quote, he's probably in better health than most of us. Some of the donors told this to CNN. One of the donors said the comments were offensive and dismissive of the real concerns about Biden in the wake of his debate performance. He's in better health than most of us? I don't know. How close are you to death? Meanwhile, James Clyburn, the man who probably made him president, South Carolina congressperson, he said, don't worry about that debate. It was just preparation overload.
I felt from the very beginning that Joe Biden was going to have a tough night because I thought it was preparation overload. I just saw it. I'd been around these debates for a long time. I have been a part of the debate prep in a couple of instances. And I could see that Joe Biden was trying not to stray from the preparation.
Yeah, it was probably he was overprepared. That was it. They said there were a lot of rumors yesterday about the Democrats dumping him for somebody else. And now you have to have every one of those candidates because, again, the Democratic Party apparatus knows you can't actually get rid of him. There's no real mechanism for getting rid of Joe Biden. So many of these candidates, after having leaked to the press that they're into it, now they're having to quickly backpedal. So Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, her team apparently told the Biden campaign that donors were telling them that he's already lost Michigan. So yesterday, she put out an ad saying, no, I am so loyal to Joe Biden. I'm the most loyal to Joe Biden. Which, again, that's smart politics because unless Joe Biden steps out, she ain't got a chance of getting in. So here she was yesterday. She put out a tweet cursing in an attempt to prove her loyalty. It is not convincing. So what are Democrats actually going to do? They're going to cram Joe Biden down their party's throat. Apparently, the DNC is now considering formally nominating Biden as early as mid-July to ensure the president is on November ballots, while helping to stamp out intra-party chatter of replacing him after last week's poor debate performance. They're like, okay, we're going to ram this through. We're going to end all questions today. All questions end today. We're going to ram the old man through. This is a party in a state of panic. So understand that all of these supposed heartburn over a Supreme Court decision, it's a lie. It's all a lie. It's an attempt to spin away the fact that they ran a terrible candidate who's done a terrible job and is senile. End of story. That's the whole thing. That is this election in a nutshell. Bad president, senile, has actually exceeded his constitutional authority, should not be president anymore, and everything else is a footnote. Everything. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.